Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today the schedule has been officially been released for next year for Valorant, and there's also going to be a video that we're going to be reacting to, and then afterward we're going to be looking at the full schedule itself as I'll be breaking it down. So this is just a 5-minute video, so this is also the first time I'm going to be reacting to it, so let's get into it.
Hey everyone, Leo here on behalf of the VCT team. 2023 has been a transformative year with big changes that made our sport bigger, more competitive, and more exciting to watch. We launched our new international leagues, brought global events to new locations, and in just a few days, we'll crown our next world champion in the biggest stage in VCT history. In the midst of all that, we're also planning the future, building towards our vision and incorporating much of your feedback. So today, I want to share what you can expect from Valorant Esports next year. Next year, we'll continue evolving challengers, creating new opportunities for those who aspire to go pro. First, we're expanding the challengers calendar to run year-round and provide more consistent competition within Tier 2, as well as move Ascensions to happen after Champions, so it has its own moment in the spotlight.
That's actually really good. I'm pretty sure I did talk about this in my first video. Obviously, if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to it in the card, so you can have a look at it for yourself. But it's going to be kind of what we all kind of expected. It'll be Split 1, Split 2. Ascension will be after Champions, and interestingly as well, season will start in 2025. I don't know why it's here then, because I know on the actual schedule itself, where like obviously like a bunch of tweets are out, it doesn't actually say that it starts in 2025. So it's a bit strange, but I'm glad that, you know, it says that season will start in 2025. It would be kind of weird if they started in like October, is what it seems. It's what it seems like right here. If it does start in October, I'll be very, very surprised about that. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see though. But I quite like this. It will definitely. Well, it is definitely longer now. It's not like compared to like what was it, like February to June or something. Now it's February to September, which is really good. So this is a good change from Riot.
Also going to introduce a team affiliation and player loan system, allowing teams to more freely exchange players between Tier 1 and Tier 2.
Now, you already know what my opinion on this. I'll just keep it nice and short. I'm not a fan of this. Not a lot of people are really fans of this. But it's still a thing, though, sadly. And we just have to wait for... I mean, I'm interested to see how it's going to work. And I'll be also interested to see what teams are actually interested in doing this. But I highly doubt it's going to be, like, 20% of the... Well, I don't know. I'm going to say maybe around 10 to, like, 15% of the international teams will be doing this, in my opinion.
That will also include game changers, providing the same opportunities and mobility to all players in our ecosystem.
Okay, that's something I did not know. Caught me a bit off guard. But it looks like that for the first time, pretty sure, game changers players will be in the international leagues, which is pretty exciting. So it might be a good idea, but I don't know though.
And yes, the Game Changers Championship will also return in 2024 as the final global event of the season. The last piece of the puzzle is Premier, which will create a foundational layer for Valorant's path to pro starting in-game. Stay tuned for a more detailed update on all things Tier 2 later this year. Now, let's talk about the top levels of competition in our sport, the international leagues, and global events. Our first big change is the introduction of championship points. Across international leagues and global events, teams will earn points based on their performance. The rewards for winning will increase with each subsequent competition, and throughout the season, qualification for global events will be based on the team's most recent performance and championship points.
This is kind of similar to what Valorant used to do with the circuit points, so I'm guessing it's going to be similar to that, but I'm just guessing.
Rewarding those who are great at the moment and those who have been consistent throughout the season. One thing we loved this year was starting the season with a moment that pitted regions against each other, setting the tone and the expectations for the year ahead. So starting in 2024, will kick off the season with a 2-week tournament in each international league that will qualify a total of 8 teams for the first Masters of the year, both competitions featuring a double elimination format. And while we're on Masters, I am very happy to announce that Masters 1 2024 is going to Madrid. We have an incredibly passionate community in Spain, and we cannot wait to bring everyone together to witness the very unique energy of the Spanish crowd.
That's a lot of stuff to unpack. The first one is that the kickoff is going to be basically all 3 international leagues to have a kickoff. So I guess Locked in Sao Paulo is basically a one thing, like a one-time thing, which makes sense. So I kind of like the kickoff. What is it? The kickoff idea. And the other thing that's interesting is that there's now only 8 teams in Masters. Now this is the lowest any international global event has had. The next lowest one I'm pretty sure was Masters Reykjavik in 2021 with only 10 teams. So it's decreasing a bit. I can kind of understand. I don't know. It just depends. I'm guessing champions is still 16. We don't know how much. Well, maybe you'll say here how much Shanghai is going to be, but 8 teams is pretty interesting since that it's going to be It's going to be like what, like 2 teams from each. I'm pretty sure 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's interesting. 8 teams. But actually, I now know why, because something will. Let's just say something big is also going to be happening here as well.
From there, we're into the main part of our season. Following Masters Madrid, teams will battle through the first stage of IELTS, which will crown a winner, award championship points, and qualify 12 teams for the second Masters of the year that will happen in Shanghai, China.
So there's my assumption. 12 teams in Shanghai, 8 teams in Madrid.
By August, teams will have played through the season kickoff, 2 Masters, and 2 stages of international leagues, earning championship points along the way. The top 16 teams in the VCT will then qualify to champions, closing out our season and crowning the best Valorant team in the world. Finally, I am extremely excited to share that China will join the Americas, EMEA, and Pacific as the 4th official league in the VCT. The Chinese community has shown their potential, teams have continuously made their mark at global events, and with the launch of Valorant in China, we want to officially welcome the community into our global sport.
That's what I mean about something big is also going to be happening. Yes, China will be the 4th. Yes, the 4th global league, along with Americas, EMEA, and Pacific, which is very, very exciting. That's why I'm pretty sure it's going to be two teams from each league: Americas, EMEA, Pacific, and China, and then 4 also from each as well, from Americas, EMEA, Pacific, and China, which is really, really exciting. So that's obviously some a good sign there for China. Okay, so let's have a look at this now. So obviously the big one is that obviously do kickoff first. So kickoff will be first. Obviously, where all 4 international leagues will have a kickoff week where it will decide Masters Madrid, and obviously Madrid has only 8. 8 teams can only advance there. And then we go over to the first split, obviously, which will award championship points, and then there'll be a total of 12 teams in Shanghai, China. And then, interestingly as well, stage 2 is basically going to be the LCQ. That's what it looks like to be, and it's going to be 16 teams in champions. So 8, 12, 16. I think now that I'm looking about it, makes sense here, because I mean, split 1, obviously it's first split, and first Masters event, and everyone wants to be in this Masters event, and then Shanghai, obviously everyone wants to be in this Masters event, and it's a lot, but it's a lot more easier to get in, and then champions, that's obviously the big one that everyone is mainly aiming for, and I'll be interested to see both of these championship points, and I don't know which teams are going to be in China. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like 11 teams going to be in China, just like in the Americas, EMEA, and Pacific. Is it going to be 10? I have no idea how China's going to work, so there's a bit of question marks there in the Chinese region. For game changes, that's a bit of a question mark. How many teams are going to be there exactly? I've had to say, probably have to say 8, my guess, considering that 8 was last year and 8 is also going to be this year. But I mean, that might change. Maybe it's going to be up to 12, which will be very, very exciting. I hope that's the case. And then moving now to challenges, you see here there's now 2 splits. So there's now 2 splits here now for challenges, which is a net positive. So luckily it doesn't have to end in June, unlike I'm pretty sure happened this year. And then now that Ascension is now going to be before Champions, so after Champions, sorry. So it's going to be around here. So it's going to be at the end of August. While Champions, I think it may continue. That's what it looks like here, but I might be wrong. So it ends at, so it started in July and it ends around September. And then Ascension will end in October, and they're coming into Game Changers as well. We don't know where Game Changers is going to be, and hopefully we get to see hear some announcement there for Game Changers. I'm very interested though in Premier. As you can see here, there are 3 splits in Premier, but here there's a promotion. So I'm gonna guess maybe the top 2 teams gonna be from each region. I'm guessing will qualify onto the second split in challenges. And maybe this promotion may go to next year's challenges, or may even go to Ascension. No idea though, but that is something to possibly look out for. So, yeah, it is a net positive everywhere. A big old tick from me. The only bad thing though is the affiliated a partnership, which I'm not really a big fan of. If it was like basic academy teams like Fnatic Academy and RG Academy, or like basically any academy team, I think that might be alright. But considering that you basically need to partner up with a tier 2 team, and that tier 2 team has a possibility of basically ending their entire season or even the entire organization of just making it to tier 1, not really a big fan of that. I'm more interested in it as well. If a challenger if a challengers team wins Ascension, for example, and they're part of an international league team, what's going to happen? Is the whole team going to be up? Is it going like what's going to work? Like, how is that going to work? Hopefully we'll have some information there as well. So that's really about it from me. This is some very exciting news as well, as we head over now to Champions in Los Angeles for the top 4 teams left. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.